Hello everyone, my name is Mochammad Firdaus and I'm from Portugis history class. In this video, I'm gonna show you all about Bartolomeu Dias, Portuguese explorer, and happy watching.
Bartolomeu Dias, in full Bartolomeu Dias de Novaes, was a Portuguese navigator and explorer who led the first European expedition to round the Cape of Good Hope 1488, opening the sea route to Asia via the Atlantic and Indian Ocean. He is usually considered to be the greatest of the Portuguese pioneers who explored the Atlantic during the 15th century. In 1488, Dias became the first European mariner to round the southern tip of Africa, opening the way for a sea route from Europe to Asia. Dias' ships rounded the perilous Cape of Good Hope and then sailed around Africa's southernmost point, Cabo das Agulhas, to enter the waters of the Indian Ocean. Portugal and other European nations already had long established trade ties to Asia, but the arduous overland route had been closed in the 1450 due to the Ottoman Empire's conquest of the remains of the Byzantine Empire. A major maritime victory for Portugal, Dias' breakthrough opened the door to increase trade with India and other Asian powers. It also prompted Genoan explorer Christopher Columbus, then living in Portugal, to seek a new real pattern for a mission to establish his own sea route westward to the Far East.
Almost nothing is known about the life of Bartolomeu Dias before 1487, except that he was at the court of King John II of Portugal and was a superintendent of the royal warehouse. He likely had much more sailing experience than his recorded stint aboard the warship São Cristóvão. Dias was probably in his mind to late 30s in 1486 when King John II appointed him to head an expedition in search of a sea route to India.
On his voyage, Dias' fleet consisted of 3 ships: his own São Cristóvão, the São Pantaleo under his associate Pedro Infante, and a supply ship under Dias' brother Piero. The company included some of the leading pilots of the day, among them Piero de Alenquer and Jorge Santiago, who earlier had sailed with Diogo Cao.
Dias passed coast marker, reaching the land of Saint Barbara on December 4th, Wolf's Bay on December 8th, and the Gulf of St. Stephen on December 26th. After January 6, 1488, he was prevented by storm from proceeding along the coast and sailed south out of sight of land for several days. He called the spot Angra de São Brás, or the Bay of Crowherds, from the people he found there. The expedition went on to Angra de Roca, present-day Alagoa Bay. The crew was unwilling to continue, and Dias recorded the opinions of all his officers, who were unanimously in favor of returning. They agreed to go on for a few days, reaching Rio de Infante, named after the pilot of São Pantaleo. Faced with strong currents, Dias turned back. Bird says that he named it Cape of Storms and that John II renamed it Cape of Good Hope. Duarte Pacheco, however, attributes the present name to Dias himself, and it is likely, since Pacheco joined Dias at the island of Principe. Little is known of the return journey except that Dias touched at Principe, the Rio de Resgate, in the present Liberia, and the fortified trading post of Mina. One of Dias' markers at Padrão de São Gregorio was retrieved from False Island, about 30 miles or 40-80 kilometers south of the Great Fish River in 1938. Dias returned to Portugal in December 1488. Nothing is known of Dias' reception by John II. Dias was later employed to supervise the construction of the São Gabriel and the São Rafael vessels used for Vasco da Gama 1497 expedition to India. He was allowed to sail with the Gama expedition only as far as the Cape Verde Island. Dias later sailed with Pedro Alvares Cabral, part of the expedition that landed on the coast of Brazil on April 22, 1500. Cabral is generally credited as the first European to do so well en route to India. The next month, Dias died after his ship was lost at sea near the Cape of Good Hope during a storm. Dias had a son, Antonio, and his grandson, Paulo Dias de Novaes, governed Angola and founded the first European city in southern Africa, Sao Paulo de Luanda, in 1576.